Hello and welcome everyone. This is EG Gaming. I'm your host Eugene Stevens. Let's see here. It's a Sunday, or I'm sorry, it's Saturday night. I almost said Sunday. It's a Saturday night. So we're gonna play some games. We're gonna keep going on with my tour down memory lane, as it were, and talking about games that I've actually owned and have played. We started off with the Atari 2600. We started off, and then we moved on to the NES, as Super Mega Graphics there in the chat, has started chanting NES, NES, NES. I almost kind of went into. Do y'all remember that commercial? There was an old Nestle commercial. You probably don't remember it, but it like sang the NES, TLES. I don't know if y'all remember that. Anyway, doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing here, though. So anyway, but yeah, so we're continuing on playing original Nintendo games, and the first game that we're going to play is my OG copy. Well, we're not actually playing my original copy. We're emulating, of course, but is Metroid. So yeah, this is. We had some interesting games, that I've owned. Some good games, not so good games, and anyway, so yeah, and this is my original OG copy of Metroid. And a little bit about the game. There's not really too much to talk about it because it is such an iconic game. It was released August 15th, 1987. Of course, everyone, if you're into video gaming, you don't even have to be into video gaming to realize what a big reveal it was that Samus. So let me ask you this. Is it Iran? Is it Iran? I've always heard it Samus Aran. But I've also heard people say it both ways. Cyrus and I have talked about this multiple times on different shows, how you get people saying different names at different times. But yeah, I've always heard it Samus Aran. Iran, sorry. But yeah, see, I just messed up myself. And yeah, that it was a female character. And I remember that was like mind-blowing when you were a kid. So you can't spell Metroid without me-roids. True, yes, that is true. You can't spell it without meroids. The actual name supposedly came from the combination for Metroid came from mother and android. Which I'm like, okay, I guess that's the truth. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe that is how they got the original name. It's just odd that if that is the case, if that is how we got the name Metroid, then why is Mother Brain not an android, and she's just like a giant brain in like this jar? Like, that doesn't really make sense to me, unless maybe they thought that's what an android was going to be, was like a brain inside of a jar doing, controlling a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Who knows? I didn't make the game. I'm just going to play it anyway. So I'm trying to jump into the game as quickly as possible because my one son has told me multiple times, Dad, why does it take you so long to get into the game? Why does it take you so long to get in the game? I was like, dude, I'm explaining what it was like owning this original console and, how much I loved it and any, stories about it. Like, surely people are showing up to watch, not just for me to play, but maybe they are. If that's the case, maybe I'm doing way too much, which I've been blamed for doing that many, many times. It is very well known that I like to overproduce stuff. And that is definitely the case on more than one occasion. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get into the game here. Aren't you loading up RetroArch? There we go. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to be playing Metroid on the original Nintendo Entertainment System. This is one of those games that I know I beat as a kid. And it was... I remember I could not beat it just like going through the game and doing, whatever. I had to get the Nintendo Power at one point, and I'm sure I didn't have to completely max out, but I did. I literally got everything in this game. Everything. Like, I was maxed out on missiles. I was maxed out on health. I had every single thing in this game. Which thank goodness for good old Nintendo Power. So, yeah, whenever I went to go fight Mother Brain, like, it really wasn't too hard. Like, if you spend the time and go find all of the hidden stuff, you can beat Mother Brain not too hard. So, So 25 achievements on this game. Kind of thought there would be more, but maybe, I don't know. I always said Samus like Ron. Samus Aran. Okay. Emergency order. Defeat the Metroid of the planet Zebeth and destroy the Mother Brain, the mechanical life vein. Galaxy Federation Police. So it was also cool in this game that, like, it was very, like, when you had this game, you were a bounty hunter. It was like, sweet, that's cool. Because if you're like me and when you were growing up, bounty hunter was Boba Fett. Like, that was the bounty hunter. What? No, what? Segment. Not ah. Oh. Not ma. Okay. So Samus, Ron. Samus Aran. Anyway, we're gonna keep going back and forth on this. So anyway, we're gonna start playing the game. But the music in this game is so iconic. All right. So here, is it that? Just trying to get my turbo going. Okay, that was weird. Don't know why I did that. Okay, what's going on? How am I already dying here? Well, Epically has joined us. Well. And, of course, the first item you get is the spin ball? What is it called exactly? Okay, what is going on with my... That's weird. I'm getting some weird stuff from the controller. It keeps wanting to pause on me for some reason. Okay, let me do this real quick. I was getting some kind of weird... I don't know what's going on here. That was weird. Let's see here if I can get the turbo going real quick. Nope, don't want to do it. I think there may be a problem with this ROM as well because, like, just as I was killing some stuff, like, my energy number up there was doing some weird stuff. I might need to check and see if there's a better version of this ROM. It also said I had 0 of 25 what's it called? Achievements on this. Yeah, I don't have the bombs yet. And said unsupported, so I don't know what that means, but okay. So as an adult, I work at a high school campus, and when I go from places to places in the building, there's a large courtyard, and you have to go basically outside. So you're inside the building. There are hallways that go all the way around the building, and then there are doors that lead outside that you can go. That is a shortcut. It is a shorter way around the building, to get around the building. And as an adult, and I will freely admit this, as an adult, sometimes when I use those doors to do the shortcut, this is what plays in my brain, is that I'm taking one of these exit doors to go through. I'm almost at full health here. This is another one of those games that gets pretty clear about you've gone to the next section that makes sense, or you're way out of your league. Because you can be playing, and if you get to a section that all of a sudden, some of the enemies now take 4 hits instead of 2, you're on the right track. But if you get to a section where all of a sudden it takes like 8 hits to kill something, yeah, it's time to go back. Let's see here. Have you ever tried the Famicom disc version? It has save support and better music. I think there's an English translation too. Okay, I may have to look into that. I was actually thinking about that. So, let's see how hard these guys are. About the same as they were before. Trying to see if I'm in the right location or not. I didn't really mean to do that. I'm gonna go back here real quick and just check. So somehow or another, I got stuck watching a bunch of different videos on YouTube, and I was watching this guy go through and play. He much like myself, and we'll talk about this probably tomorrow when I do my next stream on NES games. Zelda 2, which much like Castlevania 2, oh, and this music is iconic as well. There we go. And anyway, so Castlevania 2 is not well liked by a lot of people, especially after certain individuals online. Oh, and we've got a red door, so we have to come back with the missiles. Oh. Anyway, what I was saying was this Castlevania 2 is not very well known, as a lot of people don't seem to like that game, even though there are people who do enjoy that game, myself included. And Zelda 2 fell into the same category for me. I liked the game, and when we talk about it, I've got an entire story on that. But anyway, the reason I bring it up, talking about I might be able to play a different version of this game, is apparently, I guess a few years ago, they released an HD widescreen version of the game that literally does the Adventure of Link, but it's like widescreen, and so like you see like half of the town in one shot. It's crazy looking, and I'm just like, ooh, I may have to try to see if I can get a copy of that, because that looks like that would be fun. Like I said, speaking of alternate versions and stuff, the other thing that I saw that was interesting was, I was watching a guy play a modified version of Symphony of the Night that allows you to play as Maria. I thought that was kind of cool. Dude, get off me, man. This is not going well. I may be in the wrong section. Yep, look, went all this way and it's missiles again. I need this guy to drop me some health, though. And, of course, he didn't. Anytime. A little health, guys. Thanks for that. And, of course, I lost it. Okay. I do like the fact that you can... Of course, I just did... I do like the fact that you can, like, maneuver in the air. So it's not just like a straight jump and then that's it. Although I will say there are some parts in this game that if you get stuck like down like in the lava or whatever, like you're just dead. You're just waiting to die. And see, I'm getting pretty close right now. Let's hear what we got in chat. Oh, Born Distracted. I could be wrong, but I think back in the day, Nintendo didn't seem to promote this game too much. Oh, last line. Hey, Nintendo. Yeah, well placed. I guess this isn't a Samus swimsuit run. No, I'm doing the normal run. So you can play as Maria on the Saturn version of Symphony of the Night. Yeah, that was the thing that they were talking about. They in the video I was watching, there's actually a couple of different versions. And I think they specifically pulled the one from, I think it was the remake on one of the mobile consoles on like the the what was the PlayStation one of the PlayStation mobile consoles. Anyway, so it was like a whole thing. But they were talking about how that game just does not like to be, and I'm at the top. It doesn't like to be modified. And essentially what they did is they took out Richter's character and changed it out with Maria. And the whole thing was that I was watching, this guy was trying to do a speed run of it, which I'm like, okay. And he keeps talking about how he got in all these hard spots and stuff, and he wasn't going through like both sides of the castle, the reverse side or whatever, or at least fully. And so the speed run basically ended with him getting to fighting Shaft, and it was like a 40-minute video. I mean, it was interesting. I did enjoy watching it. But anyway, he talks about fighting Shaft, and it took him multiple tries to get it done, but he did finally do this speed run. He's like, I think I've done the first speed run of this modded version of the game, and blah, 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 and it was really hard, and he spent all this time and effort and energy on it, and I think he said his speed run was 6 minutes, and I'm just like, what? You beat this game in 6 minutes? That's crazy. But I mean, I know that's a thing that happens. Like, people figure out how to beat a game in 20 minutes or even less. But that's never been my thing. I've never had an interest in even like looking into that. And I guarantee I'm missing stuff already. I guarantee there's at least something I'm missing somewhere. So here's a question. Do you feel like, even though this did go on to become this with the combination of like Symphony of the Night went on to become what we know as the Metroidvania. Let's see, I can't go any further. It went on to become, what's called Metroidvania. Those type of games where you're running around and doing stuff. You have to go back to different locations and stuff. Do we feel like this started it? Or do we not give it credit until we hit Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo? Because most of all of that gameplay is here in this game. It's not as well defined, I would say. I mean, I'm willing to give it credit for starting it off, but I want to see the version where you can play as Sai. I don't know what the code is for that one. So, Sai says, yes, he agrees. Is Metroid a Metrovania or a Metroid? Okay, I was just talking about that. You don't even have the bomb yet. Yeah, I don't even have a bomb yet. So you might be better off resetting and starting from scratch. So I just started the game just a few minutes ago. Like, I haven't really gotten that far. Like I've said, I'm just kind of exploring, showing things off. I'm not really worried about getting really far or whatever in the games, because I'm not planning on playing all night. There's actually 4 other games I want to play as well. So this is just going through some of my old memories. You're getting a sampler. This is a sampler of games that I used to own. But if I have bypassed the bombs already and someone knows where they are, just let me know. Of course, once again, like I said, that's one of the charms to this game, is running around and being like, I don't know where I'm going. But yeah, without having the bombs or the missiles, like, I'm really stuck right now not being able to do a lot of exploring. Those are honestly the first 2 big weapons you need. I think I'm about to hit one. Well, I think I'm about to die too. Well, I got an energy tank. I'm sure I missed it somewhere. But like I said, I haven't gone back and played this in forever. The one thing that this game doesn't have that I'd almost say is a requirement to be a Metroidvania, considered a completely Metroidvania game, is it doesn't have a map. And is there a modded version that has the map, like makes a map? That would be awesome. Okay, we're to another section where we might be getting something. Maybe. I remember watching a video somewhere that said that, and who knows, you know, it's one of the... Another damn missile. That said that when they created this game, they had watched the Alien movies and were very much kind of basing it off of that because it was... They wanted this feeling of like being alone and desolate in space. And even for a Nintendo game, I think this game pulls it off. Because the music is just very... The music's awesome. It's like, this is just kind of a lonely... And see, like, I need the ice beam at this point to keep moving up. So yeah, I've bypassed something. Not sure where I bypassed it. But yeah. Nope, missed that. Jump, get out, get out. And see, I mean, it's just... I can't get out, I can't get out. Nope. Well, that's going to end this one. I totally did not mean to do that. But that happened. And there's my password. So write it down if you want to get one energy tank and nothing else. So I'm freely giving that to everyone in the chat. So that's on me, guys. So enjoy. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next game. Let's see what's going on in our chat. This game should have gotten a sequel on the NES. I mean, and I don't know. I think I've only ever played Metroid 2 on the Game Boy a little bit. I never owned it. So now that I think about it, I don't know how much I've actually played it on the Game Boy. That may be a thing that I have to do. So there is a hack with the map. Okay, cool. Yeah, I may have to check that one out. So posted and tagged you on side Discord, Eugene. They do have ROM hacks. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Because I've already thought about it as I'm continuing to go through and play these older games. Yeah, why not play? Like, I was trying to go get all of these ROMs for these games that I never owned or, you know, I currently own and stuff like that. And at first, I was really just trying to stick to the OG original ROMs. And the more that I look at some of these ROM hacks that have been done, I'm just like, yeah, why the hell would I not do that? Like, especially like the one you just listed about, you know, a ROM hack where you have a map on it. Like, that would totally make this game like 1,000 times more playable. So, all right. That being said, let's go ahead and move on to our next game on the list. Let's see here. So our next game we're going to play is... okay. So I was talking to Cyrus about this the other day. Ninja Gaiden? I've heard it said both ways. I'm sure there's probably a proper way somewhere out there, but who the hell knows? But we're playing Ninja Gaiden 2 or Ninja Gaiden 2. There's my OG copy. Once again, really good condition. And this one, I have the map, or I have the instruction manual for. And this one, unlike that one that I was messing with the other day, like you can tell it's almost to the point where it's wanting to come apart, but it's not still. It's still done. And dude, like the first third of this manual is nothing but the storyline. Like, they go hard on this storyline. And I will say, I I think this one is head and shoulders above the first one. The first one is a good game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything bad about the first one. But man, this game just improves everything on it. Yeah, it talks about, let's see here, doing multiple attacks, doing the fire wheel, flipping up onto pillars and stuff. Like, this is a decent little, it actually explains what all of your items are and stuff. This is what we're missing in new games, man. I mean, I know a lot of that's built into the game now, like, you know, it's in the start menu or whatever, but there's just something about holding the manual there and being able to look at it and look at stuff. So I pronounce it Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Whatever, Si. Yes, there is Born, technically 3, but we only got 2 crappy ones. The good one was a Japan exclusive. So, last line says Ninja Gaiden. So, and that's how I've always said it. So, Born Distracted, is there a Ghostbuster game on the NES? Yes, but I never owned it. Actually, there's 2. I know there's at least 1, but there's definitely 2. I think there's 2. And actually, we didn't get the really good Ghostbusters 2 game. That's the crazy thing. So, have you ever beat Metroid 2 on Game Boy? Definitely worth it. Yeah, dude, like I said, I've barely played it on Game Boy. So, that is definitely something that's going to have to happen. So, all right, let's go ahead and get back into the games. So, next up is, no, that's not what I wanted to hit. Jump out. We've already done this, guys. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. I'm sorry. Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos. $59 achievements on this game. And I am absolutely not skipping this because this is one of the best cinematic openings to a Nintendo game ever. Last line. The good Ghostbusters game was the new Ghostbusters. It was a HAL Laboratories that put it out. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah. How do you say? Is it Jaquio? Has been defeated, just as I thought. What about the ninja? He knows nothing yet. Good. Continue the plan. What shall I do about the ninja dragon, sire? Nothing. No further need for him. At least, not for now. Follow the plan exactly. Now go. Yes, sire. The time shall come when the gate of darkness is cast open. All men shall kneel before me. All shall hail me, Ashtar, as their new master. Yeah, and you're right. This does 1 year after the fateful battle with Jaquio. A new adventure begins for Ryu Hayabusa, the ninja of Dragon Sword. Like, that's how you set up a game. Like, if you want to have a story, that's how you freaking set it up. It's not stages, it's acts, because this game takes itself seriously. Oh. I've always wondered, is that like a little creature or is that a guy that's like kneeling down with like two blades in his hands? Oh, ran right into him. That wasn't good. Did not mean to use the magic there. Jumping back and forth in this game is so much fun. There we go. Now we're talking. Like, you basically stick to the walls at this point. Oh. Come on, I need my third guy. There we go. Now we're powered up. Or as Cyrus pointed out, now we're playing with power. You get those second and third guy in there, right? And all three of you are hitting it at once, man, you can take down some stuff real quick. Who are these thugs? They told me you were they told me you were good. Who's there? Go to the Tower of Laja if you want to save the girl. You mean? Yes, Irene. No time to lose, Hayabusa. Move it now. But who are you? What the? Ah. Who are you? What the? Where'd he go? Come on, Hayabusa. You may be the only one who can beat them, but there's no chance unless you hurry. The Tower of Laja. Like, we need a remake of this that's just like, just this. Like, I just want it high, like, maybe, not full motion graphic. We don't want that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I want a redo of this game. Don't change anything. Just the same thing. Let's see here. Hey, Dark Lord Supreme Emperor Sai. Wasn't Ninja Gaiden on Turbo as well? The Shadow Ninjas are great, especially when you get two of them. Windmill stars. Yeah, that's true. Sai says, yes, the PC Engine has a weird scrolling, unfortunately. Kind of ruined it. Oh. That's what Porn Distractor said as well. As, this is the best Ninja Gaiden game. Yeah, I wasn't that impressed with the third one. Like, I think that it really kind of peaked at this one at this point. So, the guy he shot was the level 1 boss. Maybe it was. Maybe I spoke too soon, thinking that I killed him and turned my back, and did that classic movie trope. So, hey, Lass, does Japan have homebrew market like in America? Last line, I don't know. SNES Ninja Gaiden trilogy is a remake. So is it remade, like, is it graphics or whatever? Or is it just, like, I may have to look into that. And now we got Jason coming after me. Oh! The stupid eagles. I forgot about the eagles. Speaking of the eagles, there we got Jason coming after me again. And see, I wasn't using my other guys the way I should have been. Like, he was coming after me, and I had a guy back there. I didn't have to turn around and kill that guy. I could have just used one of my 3, or 2 or 3, and killed him with that. Oh, man, come on. There we go, got some health. But the music is good in this. The game looks good. It plays good. See, that time I used the guy the right way. Oh, stupid eagle. But yeah, what I was going to say about eagles is this is going to be a hot take. So... I say it's going to be a hot take. It's going to be a, I don't know, 20-plus year hot take. Oh, this level. The wind starts blowing back and forth on this. This level drives me insane. Yeah, the SNES version apparently had issues. It also had crazy expensive because low print run. Okay, I hate the effing Eagles, man. Yeah. Tecmo was cool with playing it dangerously with the copyrights back then. Yeah, no joke. So real quick, so I can finish my thought about the Eagles. So in my senior year in high school, that's what my band played, was the Eagles. And my junior year, we literally won the first and last game of that year. It was the last year that our head coach was there, and he ended up retiring. He was probably a forced retirement, but he ended up retiring. Anyway, that being said, the next year we got a whole new head coach, whole new coaching staff. They changed everything up, and we literally won. We lost one game my senior year and should not have lost that game. We honestly, the refs just kind of screwed us on that one. And then it was the first time my high school ever went to playoffs. We lost. Once again, the deck was kind of stacked against us, but it was the first time we ever went. Anyway, so my band had lots and lots of chances to play, and they played the Eagles, specifically Hotel California. So I was kind of getting tired of that song, but it is what it is. It wasn't too bad. Flash forward a few years later, and I'm working at a little computer store, and we had a wall of monitors. I'm still not exactly sure what he bought in order to allow you to have one computer run like, 10, 15, 20 computer monitors all at once. But he had this set up so that we could demonstrate monitors and stuff and, sell them. And the guy, one of my coworkers, had the Eagles Hotel California DVD, and that's what he always put in. And it finally got to the point after, 6 months or so. It's funny, Tex-Mex was working there with me at the time. It finally got to the point, I told him, if you put that goddamn Eagles disc in one more time, I'm going to take it out and chunk it out the front door. Like, I was done. I could not stand it. And it reminded me of that scene, and I want to say it's the 40-Year-Old Virgin, where they're just playing over and over and over again in the... in the electronics section of the store. So when I saw that part in that movie, that hit home. There we go. He did not throw that the way I thought he was going to throw it. But this music is awesome. Listen to this. Oh, come on, dude. That dude should have hit him. Whoo, that wasn't cool. Yeah, there we go. Flash fry everything. Kill Jason real quick. Dude. Not doing good. Not doing good. Ah, the eagle. Yeah, so fuck the eagle, man. Alright, I'm gonna give it one more shot, and then we'll call it, so. Because like I said, I'm already 42 minutes in. And of course, the thing that sucks is when you die, you end up losing your other guys. No, go down, dude. It's not what I wanted. I do wish his recovery with the sword slash was a little faster. Because if you miss out on an attack, that guy is punishing me. If you do miss out on an attack, though, you can screw yourself pretty bad. An extra man. I think I have to have it blowing the other way here. Come on, there we go. Full health. Or health, I think it was. Oh, eagles. Ah, eagles. Telling you, man, birds and bats in games, like, never cool. Just gonna start firebombing the eagles. Oh, giant spiders. Nice. See, and this is one of those enemies that if I had my third guy, it is possible to get like the third guy up there on top, and you stay on the bottom and just swipe away at him, and like he doesn't have a prayer. Up about magic. Got him. You tried to ambush me. Who are you? We are tribesmen from the world of chaos, led by the Emperor of Darkness, Ashtar. Ashtar, the end of your life draws near, Ninja Dragon. Ashtar, the Emperor of Darkness. Yeah, that's what he said. Act 3. I must find Irene before it's too late. Like, look at this. This is a Nintendo game. All right, I think I'm going to call it on this one because, like I said, there are other games I do want to play. But this game, look at the lighting effects on this game. This game just looks awesome. The cinematics. This is a fantastic game. And it holds up. Totally. See, like I said I was going to call it. What am I doing? I'm still playing. Because it's awesome. And I just got my third guy back. Stupid bat. Really? Just weren't in the right places. Alright. Alright, let's call it. There we go. Alrighty, let's see here. Yeah, Tecmo. The Big Lebowski taxi scene. LOL, Hotel California. Oh man, not the Big Lebowski. That sword looks more like a knife. Yeah, true. I pronounce it ass tier. Of course you do. Yeah, this is definitely top 5 action game on the NES. So yeah, I would agree with that. So all right. Let's move on to our next game for the evening. We've got 3 more games here, and our next game is going to be Shinobi. Okay, so I own 2 games that are technically not licensed by Nintendo, and this is one of them. Released in 1989, could not find a more definitive date on it than that. Unlicensed Tengen game for the NES. It is an altered version based on the Master System version, but they remove things like the close range weapons and some other stuff. So it's definitely a stripped down version. But like Sai was pointing out to me the other day, and I mean, I'm pretty sure I already knew this, but yeah, it was Tengen was actually, and I think we even talked about that. Is it Tengen or Tengen? I've always pronounced it Tengen, but it may be Tengen. I'm not sure. But yeah, they were a subsidy of Atari, and were just like, screw you, Nintendo. We're gonna put out games, and you can't stop us. Which is how we ended up getting a cartridge that looks like this. First off, it's black, so that's badass. And then on the front, it has a bevel, and it's got 2 slots here on the bottom for you to be able to grab and pull the game out. Now, as a design from the normal Nintendo games, I mean, it's interesting. It's not like this is necessarily a superior form factor. But I will say, though, having 2 sections here where you can pull it out, especially inside the Nintendo, because there's not a lot of room, this did make it pretty easy to get the game out. And I kind of really liked it. Of course, whenever I was younger, I had no idea. I was just like, why does this one look different? But the game played, so it is what it is. And this one I also have the manual for. Now, this is probably the thinnest manual I've ever seen on a game. It literally is 4 page. No, sorry, there's 2 more here. There's like 6 pages to this thing. It's pretty bare. But to be honest with you, so is the game. The game does not have a lot of depth to it because it is a stripped down version. So, but yeah, no pictures even. No drawings, no pictures. They were just like, nope, get the game out and let's make some money on it. Until they had the lawsuit, and then once the lawsuit hit, they had to bring it. They had to get rid of it. Oh my God, this box! Oh, I didn't realize this, guys. This box still has the sticker on the back of it from where we bought this plastic case. This almost makes me sad. Can you see that? Toys R Us. Pour one out for one of the good ones. Pink, yes, I can see it's a pink case. 89 cents. I wonder what that would be in today's market. That would probably be like $4 or $5 for a plastic case, which, would that be worth it? I mean, it obviously has kept my games in great condition for decades, honestly. Yeah, that might actually be worth. This was definitely worth the price back then, and it might be worth the price nowadays. So, let's see here. Well, supposed to be tear as in, tear. Tear as in tear a sheet of paper. There's no way for me to convey pronunciation through a chat room. I think it's Tengen as in a gain. Oh, Tengang. Tengang? A gain. Tengang. I'm saying Tengen. You know what? Fight me. Master System Shinobi is 100 times better, unfortunately. Yeah, but like I said, this is the copy that I've got, so... and like I said, I don't know where I got a copy of this game. I can tell you where I got my other game that's a Tengen game, but we'll get to that story next time. So let's get back over here to the gameplay. All right. So this is Shinobi. Yeah. Zero of 20 achievements. I don't know if there is any storyline. I think it just does gameplay. But like I mean, it's not really fair to compare this to the game I literally just played. But like, imagine playing this and then going to Ninja Gaiden 2, or in this case, how I'm playing it right now, and doing it the other way around. Like, why would you ever keep playing this game? Like, why would you play this game if you could play Ninja Gaiden? Like, you almost have to, like... I mean, everything one-shots them, so it's not like I'm saying you have to... there's a way to not one-shot them. Oh, look, I kicked! See that monster kick I leveled on that guy? But, like, if you don't, like, you're totally screwed. That kick just kills me. You know what it reminds me of? Unfortunately, I can't do it unless I get close to an enemy. Anyone with a cat, so, Cyrus knows. Anyone with a cat, when they go to, like, clean themselves and they stick that... Now, I did always like this level as a kid. At least when you're staying on top of it. Like, when they start to get on, get away from you, like, it can suck real quick. But yeah, like, you know how a cat will clean itself and it'll kind of put its leg up? That's what this kick looks like to me. Pink skies. This is the woke version of Shinobi. I like how he can just jump like super high. I do like the fact that it does make a sound when you jump super high, kind of like the $6 Million Man. Actually, it makes a sound anytime you jump at all. Like, this is just like the worst version of a lot of different games. Because, like, the sneaking, like, this also reminded me of, what was the name of the game? What's the one where you're going around in the building, you're like a spy and you're shooting, there are all the doors opening up and you're shooting all the enemies? It reminds me of that, but nowhere near as much fun. Ah. Unfair. I was going to say, if that killed me after I killed him, that was going to suck. Oh, Ken? Okay. Rolling Thunder, that's it, yeah. Rolling Thunder. Reminded me of a very slow, not as cool version of Rolling Thunder. Talk about another game I always liked in the arcade and sucked at. Hey, Joe, where are you going with that gun in your hand? Okay. That was an interesting achievement. I'm doing good here. Not staying on top of them. Oh, now I am. Gotcha. So I get spring? And I never use the magic in this game. Like, I always forget that I have it and really how to use it. Oh, this guy. Hey, I'm just going to walk really slowly with two swords straight up in the air. I'm threatening, right? Oh, damn. I had to cat kick that guy. His mom thinks he's cool. At least I'm doing all right on that stage. A helicopter. That's right. You have to fight a helicopter at the end of this level. Okay, I'm probably not going to make it because this sucks. Okay. How do I... Oh, that's the jump. Oh. Wait, I'm just walking on the water? What the hell? Did I just forget that you can walk on the water? Like, am I Jesus? No, because I'm getting shot. And I'm cat kicking people. Jesus wouldn't cat kick people. How do I activate the... Select does that. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna walk on the water because that's cool. Cat kick. Cat kick. Yeah, no joke. That's what I was saying. He's Jesus now. Yeah, that's fair. That was fair. I can't even. It doesn't even show me my health at this point. It can't. It can't handle me, a helicopter that the blades or nothing are moving. Oh, I guess the blade is moving. My bad. So we got the moving blade. We've got me. We've got 3 enemies on the screen at any given time. But we can't handle, hey, oh, by the way, you also need your health. Nope. Too much. I managed to kill it. I don't know how the hell I killed it. It seemed like I got fewer hits on it this time than I did last time. Okay. Kick. All right, I'm done with this one. Like I said, it's not a great game, but I own it. So you know what? Whatever. All right, let's move on. You can use your magic. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to use the magic though. I'd have to look it up. Oh yeah, I guess it would be Rolling Thunder. LOL. I remember my old friend Armok. Is that like Darmok? Like Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra? Did a video about this, and he did a rage out about the helicopter bit. He did the angry reviewer thing in the early days, like AVGN. Okay. Yes, he's Jesus now. This is the best Shinobi game on the NES. That's probably correct, Cyrus. This is probably the best Shinobi game on the NES, but that's not really saying anything. And Last Line agrees with you. This is fact. All right, so we're moving on to game number 4 for the evening. So we took a dip. We took a dip in our in how well the games are in quality, as it were. And now we're about to knock it out the freaking park. Ladies and gentlemen, Super C. Released April 5th, 1990. It is an enhanced version, according to the internet, of Super Contra, the Super Contra arcade game with new levels, bosses, and weapons. Now, as a kid, I always wondered, why didn't they call it Super Contra? Or Contra 2? Or anything like that? I just knew it was called Super C. I remember I was in San Antonio, I think visiting my dad at that time. And I remember buying this game in San Antonio, and we did not have our Nintendo with us. And so the whole rest of the weekend or week or whatever it was that we were visiting with my dad, I had this brand new game that I knew was going to be awesome, and couldn't play it. It was like one of those things that's like, yeah, we're having fun. This is great. When are we going back home? Because I wanted to play the game. And from what I was reading on the internet, C may have stood for commando to avoid political connotations. Yeah, because if you're a certain person of a certain generation, you remember the whole Iran-Contra situation going on, or at least remember the tail end of hearing about it and stuff. So I'm sure that we were probably trying to tiptoe and be like, hey, we're Konami. We're just trying to fly under the radar here. Just, it's an awesome game. Just come buy the game. Please don't boycott us because you think this has anything to do with anything else. So, yeah. Super Mega Graphics. I've never beat Super C. Oh, I've beat it 1,000 times with friends. Good Lord. This is so much better than the arcade game. I had Contra, but my friend Josh had Super C. Yeah, between the two, man, like, God, this game is just so freaking good. Oh, what is the Konami code for this one? Because it's not up, down, left, right, BA start. Is it up, down, left, right, AB start? I should have looked this up before we started. I know it's different it is slightly different from the classic Konami code. It's not up, down, left, right. I want to say it's up, down, left, right. And then I think they inverted, instead of AB, they made it BA, but I don't remember. Am I going to stop and try to figure this out real quick? We're going to give it a shot. And see how it goes. And if I get it, great. And if I don't, this is going to be a real short trip because I haven't played this game in a long time. Yeah, only 10 lives too. Yeah, it's not 30. It's yeah. All right. Up, down, up, down. Let's try that. Nope, I already screwed up. Let's see if I can. Did I do my code correctly? I don't know if I did it right. Nope, I didn't do it right. Let's try it again. Nope. I may have to look it up. God, this game is good. Oh, you know what? I forgot to switch over to the gameplay. Look at me. I'm a professional gamer online. That's not why I never beat it. Or that's why I never beat it. Yeah, I get it. The music is fantastic. The graphics are great. Dun, dun, dun. Such a good game. Oh. You just got to watch your six on this constantly. That's the other thing, and it may be that you had a hard time beating it, Sai, because maybe you, and not to put as a put down to any of your friends growing up. I don't want to make it sound like I'm putting anyone down you grew up with. But if you didn't have someone that was in sync with you on this game to be your partner, you weren't beating this game. In fact, you were probably just going to keep dying more than anything else. And this flame is like 1,000 times better than the one in the other one, and Contra. The fact that it explodes and does a multi-shot. Oh, but it doesn't matter, because here's the weapon right here. The only problem with this gun is you can't really use turbo with it, because if you do, you don't get the full spread effect. Hell yeah, I beat the first level without losing a man. This music. Oh, it literally takes that end level music from the first game and just ramps it up. Oh, this game's so good. Like, I'm sure there's some situations, and I'm sure I encountered them at some point. Old Eugene is like, there are certain points where you need one of the other weapons. But damned if I can think of when it was. Because see, look at this. I'm standing out of the line of fire and I'm just totally destroying stuff. Enemies on both sides guarding. Psh, I don't care. Just walk right down the middle and fire. Oh, look, it's the laser. Should we get the laser? Nope. Friggin' spread out shot for the win. I'm not sure what that does. We're gonna get it. Oh, it kills everything on screen. Okay. Why do I need that? I got the spread weapon. Killing everything on the screen anyway. I'm getting mouthy. I'm gonna die here because of it. Knock, knock. And now I'm about to die. Yeah. I didn't die. Guys, I'm actually doing pretty good. Hell yeah. Oh, that sniper in the bushes, man. Because it doesn't matter how fast you kill him. He's going to get a shot off. Yep, damn it. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. I just ate a bullet. Imagine that, a game called Contra, and I'm in the jungle and I'm dying. I'm sorry, it's not Contra. That's right, it's Super C. So, you know. Super Commando. Oh, I jumped. Maybe I didn't. Dang it, I couldn't even touch it. Guess not. The music in this is so good. Yeah, let's see here. Side don't need no stinking partner. Yeah, I hate when you play with a friend that keeps trying to leave everyone behind. Like on Wii Mario game. Those Wii Mario games, those new Super Mario Brothers games, are a beautiful and awesome idea for a multiplayer Mario game, which we've wanted ever since we were kids. Like, everyone wanted that. Everyone was like, why can't we use Mario and Luigi at the same time? That would be so great. And then we got it. We got it where you can play Mario and Luigi at the same time. And it sucks. If you are playing with someone that doesn't know what they're doing, you end up, depending on the game, you're just like, stay in the bubble. Just stay in the bubble and just let me get through this level. Just, no, you pop the bubble again, you're dead. Like, that is an exercise in frustration. And trying to do it with like two small boys like I have, like, they should have packaged like a coupon with like alcohol or something in it for those games. Trying to play it with like younger brothers or kids or whatever. Like, they are miserable to try to do that way. I wonder why they went overhead for this. It did feel like a downgrade from Contra. I don't know, man. I liked this better than the rear view, as it were. So the good thing is, if you are telling new gamers about the Contra games on NES, you can lie to them and tell them there was just 2 Contra games. That is true. I don't know if I've actually played that unknown Contra game that we're not talking about. I don't know what you're even talking about, even. That's part of the problem is, like, I feel like, I don't know if I'm doing it, if it's the controller, but, like, you'll see me running, and instead of dropping immediately like he wants to aim down instead, and I feel like I'm doing that. I don't know if I'm doing that. Oh, I should have killed that first thing I had a chance. I could have gone after this guy. Let me tell you what is an infuriating Contra game. It's beautiful, but it is infuriating. It is so hard. I can't remember what it's called, but the Contra game that was on the Nintendo DS, that game is... How am I supposed to get around that? That game is insanely hard. I can't get around the explosions on this thing. Last line. Contra Force is not a Contra game in Japan. I forgot what it was called. Something like Wolf Team. Super Mega Graphics. I might get wrong, but I think the Japanese version of this has animated trees on this level. Interesting. We're going to give this one more shot. Like, if I ever met, not that I've ever met a kid that has been like this, said this, or not that my boys ever have or anything like that, but if I ever meet a kid that says, oh yeah, like, you know, freaking Fortnite is what really invented like Twitch gaming or some shit like that, I would be like, oh son, you have no idea. Let me introduce you to this game. Where am I supposed to shoot? Everywhere. All at once, all of the time. All right, let's try this again. What the hell? Like, how far away am I supposed to be? Okay, I got it. Hope there's no more of those. No! Okay, what is this? Laser, I'll take it. Now, the laser is a weapon that sucks. Because as soon as you pull the trigger again, it refires. Which, I mean, it's fine if you're going to use it more like a flamethrower kind of thing. I knew I was going to... I should have taken my time, and I should have killed more of those guys before I got out of the water. That was on me. I should have kept moving. And that's it. All right, we're going to call it quits on that one. So we're going to play one more game tonight here. Oops. And the last game we're going to play is also one that I feel it knocks it out of the park. I feel it's a fantastic game, but I'm sure there are people out there that probably think it was too different than any of the other games. And man, there was a lot of games like that on the Super Nintendo, especially with sequels. You had a game that came out that knocked it out of the park. Zelda, Castlevania, Super Mario Brothers. And then when the second one comes around, it's so different. People are just like, I don't know about this. And so that's why we're going to be playing Super Mario Brothers 2. Released September of 1988. I'm sure I'm going to say this wrong. Originally, Yumi Kojo, or Doki Doki Panic is how I've always just heard it referred to. But of course, it was changed for the Western audience. This is nothing that everyone should know this story. Like, this should almost be as well known as Spider-Man's backstory and Superman's backstory. Like, everyone should know this at this point. They released Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan, and they're just like, yeah, this is going to be too hard for American audiences. And when I heard that as a kid, when I finally heard that as a kid, I was just like, give us some credit, man. Like there's some hardcore gamers over here in the US. And then I finally got to play it. The first time I ever got to play Super Mario Brothers 2 was Super Mario Brothers All-Stars on the Super Nintendo. And I played Super Mario Brothers 2, the original one, the Lost Levels as they refer to it. And I totally get why they did this. Like, I'll be honest with you, Super Mario would not be what he is in the US if they had released that game over here. Because that game is insanely hard and it doesn't add a lot to it. And it honestly seemed like that is the spark that started Super Mario Maker. Like people who were like, man, I've always wanted to make a level like Super Mario Brothers 2. That's where Super Mario Maker came in because some of the stuff that people create on that is insane. And that's how some of those levels are on Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan. As for this game, I love this game. It's fun. It introduced Peach. It introduced Toad as playable characters. It made Mario and Luigi different characters so that they were not only different heights, but they had different abilities. I just love this game. Let's see here. Last line, Doki Doki Panic. Yep. I love Super Mario Brothers 2. Last line. It's weird we don't get SMB2 original because they actually legit made some games harder here than Japan because of the rental market. I didn't realize that. I always thought the Japanese versions were harder and they dumbed them down for the US economy, but that would make sense as well because I mean the rental market was huge. Oh, that was so huge. I keep going back and forth about what's it called? Reminiscing and you know having this love for Best Buy or not Best Buy, Blockbuster Video and stuff. And like, yeah, I mean, there is a little nostalgia for me. Like I did like going there with my friends and getting a movie or a game and then going, you know, over the weekend and playing it and stuff. But, I don't have the hardcore feelings like a lot of people do because I spent a lot of my time, and maybe it's just because I was too picky and my friends were too picky. But a lot of times we were like, hey, what do we want to watch? Let's go. We're going to watch Terminator 2. All right, cool. So we'd go and like, they're like, well, we're all out. Okay. Well, do you have any coming in tonight? Look on the computer. Yeah, we got 3 coming in. All right, cool. We're going to wait. We'll just wait here. We spent hours waiting, trying to get a copy of whatever movie or game it is that we were waiting on. And so I don't miss that part. I do miss the camaraderie that came around and the I guess a lot of people mainly remember they remember the first, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes of being at Blockbuster and thinking about, oh, this was great and everything else. And I have a lot of memories of after the first hour mark that kind of play in the back of my head. I'm just like, oh God, I wish there was a way I could definitely get a hold of this game or whatever. And of course now you can do that. You can, you know, stream pretty much whatever you want, whenever you want. And same thing for games. So, Peach was still Princess Toadstool. Then I think she wasn't Peach until Mario 64. Yeah, I think you're right. So this game made stolen assets popular. Okay. Japan outlawed game rentals. Did they? I did not know that. That's crazy. This is the first game I ever saw featured on primetime TV show. There was a show called Wise Guy with Ken Wall and his partner played on this one episode. Nobody cared but me. No, dude, I would have cared. If I had seen that, I would have cared because that was something, and I brought this up on multiple shows, that used to drive me insane on especially sitcoms when, oh, we're going to play a video game, and you never saw the game, and you saw the kid was playing it like this. And he's dancing around, he's doing all this movement or whatever, and it's just these random sound effects and like this really weird cheesy music and stuff. And I was just like, that is not a real game. And that looks horrible. What's going on here? It used to drive me insane. Last line, Nintendo tried to do the same, but they lost a lawsuit to Blockbuster. Yep. So, yeah, they were never going to win that. I'm sure they felt like they might have had a chance, but the rental market was too strong. There was just no way that wasn't going to happen. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the game. All right. I will remember to actually move over to gameplay this time. And away we go. There are 51 achievements for this game. I love the music for this game. I love the characters in this game. I love the fact that some of the characters have continued on in other Mario games, like the Shy Guys and stuff. It's interesting that the Mario games are all... I mean, we don't get it really in the first one, but this one is a dream, and the third one is a play, and so it's just like... It's just this weird world that Mario lives in. So, and I will say the ending music for this game, when Mario is sleeping, and like the cast is going by, is some of my favorite music of all time. Remember when Michael Knight was playing Atari with Kit? I vaguely remember that. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do. Actually, we're gonna go back here to. We're gonna go back over here real quick because I forgot to show off. I got too excited, guys. I forgot to show off my copy of Super C. There's my original copy of Super C. And the cool thing about it is, I think, is it still playing the music? Yeah. Let's do this real quick. We're going to turn the music off real quick. Okay. I forgot to show this off. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got my original copy of Super C, and I've got my original instruction manual. So, this is also kind of light on the instructions, but it goes through and it talks about the maneuvers and stuff. It actually lists the levels, so you knew how far you were getting into it. Let's see, I got to level 3. How many levels were there? Yeah, there's 8 levels, so I wasn't even halfway through the game. But yeah, so I still have my original copy, and this actually is in good condition. So that manual's in good condition. Which brings us to Super Mario Brothers 2. So let's take a look real quick. Original copy, also in great condition. And I also have the manual for this one. This manual is, yeah, this one's getting beat up. It's kind of messed up here on the front. The front is pulled back some. It's seen better days, but it's in okay condition. But full color, like most of the manuals that I've had were just black and white. This was full color. But then again, it was Nintendo, so... And it talks about gameplay, like how to actually play, like how to actually pick up items and throw them and stuff, as well as enemies. It talks about the characters and their strengths and weaknesses. Like, I'm telling you, man, Sai and I have talked about this, that high you used to get of going to, in my case, like I said, Toys R Us, the closest Toys R Us when I was growing up was in Austin, which is an hour south of me. And we only got to go once or twice a year. But we'd go to Toys R Us, and my brother and I got a new game. We, of course, took the game. As long as it wasn't a present, we had to wait to go open up. But we would open up the game, and you're sitting there in the car, and you're just reading the manual. And you read all the way through the manual. And you're like, I've got another 40 minutes. I'll read the manual again. And you just keep reading it over and over. You're just chomping at the bit to play this game. And you're playing, you're reading the manual and stuff. And, man, I miss that. That was so awesome. So, Mario 2 is just a dream. Yep, sure is. All right, back into it. There we go. Okay, so I always played this game, depending on the level, is who I would use. So, like, on the first world, I always use Mario. I'm trying to remember. The ice stages, I tend to use Luigi. The desert stages, I tend to use Toad. And then, like, some of the flying stages, I tend to use Peach. But I know there are people who play all the way through. And I'm sure there are achievements. I'm sure some of the achievements that are listed on here are going to be play the entire game as Mario and Luigi and so on and so forth. So, but we're going to stick with my boy Mario here first. It was always fantastic to Get a double kill. And then we get the classic Mario music. Isn't it like if you pull, yeah, there it goes. You pull so many vegetables out, that's what triggers a heart. I think that's correct. And was it Super Mario Brothers 2 on the Game Boy Advance when they released it? Of course, it wasn't Super Mario Brothers 2. I think it was. I don't remember what it was called. They completely changed around all of the numbering system. I remember that. But I love that version as well because there's like giant versions of some of the enemies and. Ninjas, that's an enemy that has carried on. And yes, I know I can go that other way, but is it over here? Yep, there it is. Didn't quite get them all. Now we'll go back in. I almost didn't make that jump. Gotta wait a second longer, or half a second longer. Too close. All right. Yeah, we'll just leave that there. Back in my younger days, I could jump, catch the egg midair, throw it, and hit Birdo with it without hitting the ground. Okay, so I know there's lots of different ways to do this, and I'm sure probably everybody has their own pattern. But I have always found if you just constantly keep hitting the button over and over again, it's the best way to get... You're not going to get the big numbers, but you are going to pull in occasional extra lives. Let's see here. Mario, well-rounded. Luigi, high jump. Toad, fastest pickup. Princess, hover jump. Yep. What game is this? This is Doki Doki Panic, a.k.a. Super Mario Brothers 2. Doki Doki Panic presents Mario copyright infringement. As much as I like your stream, you're reminding me I have to teach myself RetroArch. Do you guys download the desktop version or use the Steam version? I'm using the desktop version. So I didn't even know there was a Steam version. In fact, I was just doing some random watching on YouTube the other day. Apparently, RetroArch is also on what's it called? Apple TV. It's like in the store. Like there's no hacking it. You literally download it. You have to move the games over through a Wi-Fi network, but technically you can install RetroArch and download games onto your Apple TV and then hook up a Bluetooth controller. This one will work. Apparently a standard Xbox or PlayStation controllers work as well, and play it directly on your Apple TV. So if you've got one, that's kind of cool. I'm actually expert at that. Get your vision and timing right. Cherries all day. Really? I've never been that good, Trichome. Never been that good. It's just weird they have all those cores available on Steam and everyone flips that version shit. Yep, emulators are on iOS now. Oh yeah, you can emulate on almost anything. It's not as bad as playing Doom on like freaking everything, like how they've gotten it on pregnancy tests and everything. Like that's like the ultimate insanity when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, you can put RetroArch on pretty much anything. So we're gonna stick with my boy Mario. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. God, this music's good. I don't think there's anything in this one. Oh, there is. Never mind. I don't think there's anything in here but a 1-up. Is it this one? Yeah. I knew as soon as I jumped there, I knew I was gonna go ninja, go. Ah. Dun, 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 dun. And see, like, here's where you should have Toad. Did it bug anyone else as a kid that they misnamed Birdo and Ostro at the end of the game? They called Birdo Ostro and vice versa. And I'm like, the other one clearly looks like an ostrich. How would that be Birdo? That doesn't make any sense. I'm at 8 lives. I'm good. Let's see here. Doom on everything is old school. I remember those. Pardon me. TI calculators had it when I was in high school. Yep. So good, Cyrus. Really enjoy it. I play carts on the AVS. Okay. Okay, so that's what they're talking about. They're talking about the AVS. So I used to have an AVS, but I sold it. Then later I bought an RGB modded one. Molded top loader for like 3 times the money. Sometimes I'm amazed at my stupidity. I got into PCs because of Doom, and the games at that time turned into a career. Well, good for you, man. They still sell them, dude. Birdo is canonically trans. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm aware. Must have both. LOL. All right, we're going to stick with Mario. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I knew as soon as I did that, as soon as I fell to the left there, I hit right, I knew I was gonna fall off. Dummy. That was on me. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, almost got it. Since I'm not really worried about going super far in the game, we're not going to worry about doing the warp zone. Which is also talking about moving around my campus at the high school. So it's an interesting situation, like the way the building is built. In that if you go in the front office, there's only so many ways you can get like back out of the front office, and you have to wait, in particular, to be buzzed back into other parts of the building, right? For security reasons. I mean, it makes sense why it's done that way. I get it why it's done that way. But that being said, if I go into the office, in the front office for something, there's a door that leads, there's a hallway down from my hallway where my office is where my principal's office is, and it's right off of the front office. And he has a door that leads from his secretary's office into his office, and then he has another side door that leads literally into the hallway, that main hallway. And so he doesn't mind people that come to, the office, his office or whatever, using his office to cut through. He's super cool, super chill. He's never had a problem about that. But that's what I refer to it as a lot. It's funny because I'll hear people talk about, like his secretaries will be like, oh, he's not in, you can use the shortcut. And I'm like, the warp zone? I knew I was going to do that. I jumped and I knew I was going to do that. And when the first time I said it, I know she looked at me strangely. Like, the what? But yeah, I'm the warp zone. Knew I shouldn't have done that, and... I don't know, I'm still holding on to this PAL for. I might as well use it. I've always loved this battle. I've always loved this battle with Mauser. It's just well planned. It's fun. It's not super... Oh, I jumped too quick. It's not super hard, he says as he dies. I love the sound effect it makes whenever it explodes. Nope, I knew that was going to go too far. Like, this is one of my all-time favorite boss battles in a Super Mario Brothers game. Come on, throw me one. There you go. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I thought they stopped making the AVS. The Toppler, though. Never heard. the Birdo, Ostro, Wario, Waluigi lore. Mario, just Mario for me. I don't know what you're talking about with the Wario, Waluigi lore. I bought this from Babbage's. It's, if memory serves, free t-shirt. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome that you remember exactly where you got it from. Guys, I just learned if your motherboard has a second Ethernet port, you can ether the whole net. I use Cat 17 cable on my network. You don't use SuperCat? I use Super Mega Cat 64. Of course you do, Cyrus. Why would you not? I used UberCat and had problems. Just admit it, Jon Snow does the wiring in the background. I don't know if he does the wiring. I can see him doing the unwiring, though. Speaking of wiring, I'm looking at I don't think I'm going to get it done in the during the Thanksgiving break coming here, but I'm hoping to get it done, I don't know, probably... Man, I'm striking out here. There we go. See, I'm not as cool as, was it Trichrome said he got this? He had it down? Almost. Anyway, I'm wanting to run Ethernet to my house, through my house to my computer and stuff, just to help get things, clear off the network a little bit. My internet's actually running really well, but even then, I'm actually looking at switching. I ran a speed test earlier today, and I'm with what's it called? Spectrum. I'm with Spectrum. I ran a speed test earlier today, and I was getting like 500 down. And let me look here real quick, because actually I've been talking about it with some of the people some of the other campus techs that I work with, and that's the wrong thing. I gotta find the right chat. So I was getting like 500 down and like 40 up, which isn't bad. I mean, it's okay. But one of the other guys was asking, he's like, hey, to the other guys, like, hey, what do you know about, was it Brightlink? Brightspeed. What do you know about Brightspeed? And the other guy was like, dude, I get awesome service with it. I will never go back to Spectrum. He's paying... Now, granted, this is here in Central Texas. I think he's paying like $70, and he said he's getting 2 up and 2 down. And I'm just like, okay, that's what they say. Oh, you up to a gigabyte down and up to whatever up. And you know how it is. It's never that way. Guys, he freaking sent me a screenshot. I don't know if y'all can see this. I'm going to go big screen on this. Hold on. Can y'all see that? It's kind of hard to see. Hold on. No. I'm getting a glare. That is 2,234.13 megabits down and 2,103 megabits up. And he's paying roughly what I'm paying right now. And I'm just like, okay, so I might need to look into that. Like, I may not have to worry about, I don't even have to worry about trying to run Ethernet to that, from the router in here. So, yeah, I know. Like, my response to him was the animated GIF from Friday of damn. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. Problem is I'm still in a newer subdivision, so I don't know if it comes all the way down here. But if it does, I may be making that jump. I'm still kind of kicking myself because in my previous house, I wired my house for Ethernet. And I chose not to do that with this house because Wi-Fi has gotten so good. But I also never planned on live streaming video games and doing this stuff. And so I'm just like, I should have done that. It's going to be so much easier. Now, granted, I've got 2 helpers, but I don't know how much help they're actually going to be when it comes to running the Ethernet cable. But yeah, because I'm not just going to like run it through the house or whatever. I know I'm trained. I know how to do that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to try to run Ethernet to both the PC and my Mac Mini in here and get those off of the network. I'd love to be able to run it to my boy's room, to be able to run it to Alex's room because he's also streaming. But it's all the way at the other side of the house, and like I don't even know how. Like I'm not going to try to climb through my house and possibly put multiple holes through through the ceiling, by me stepping on the wrong place or whatever. So I'm just told him, I was like, dude, I'll get off the Wi-Fi. It'll help you out anyway, But if I go to this higher speed internet, like, it won't make a difference anyway. Like, everyone in the house could be streaming for that amount of speed and be perfectly fine. So, all right, we're an hour and 52 minutes in, so I think we're going to call it for the night instead of continuing on with the next levels. Let's see here. So, there we go. Yeah. I hope that wasn't... I guess that was playing the entire time I was talking. Maybe I should have jumped out of there sooner. So, oh well. You learn and you live, right? So, yeah. So, thanks for joining me, guys. This was part 2. I think tomorrow, sometime afternoon, I'm going to finish my old Nintendo run, as it were, and I'm going to play the final 5 games that I still own. Since y'all are here and in the chat room, I'll go ahead and give you a sneak peek at what that's going to be. So tomorrow, we're going to be running through Super Mario Brothers 3. My other Tengen, whatever game, Tetris. I have the Tengen version of this one. And what's funny, because whenever I would play, I'd go to a friend's house and they had the official Nintendo version. I was like, your version's not as good as mine because mine's got multiplayer. But anyway, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, TMNT 2, and Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. So that's what we're going to be playing tomorrow. Thanks, everyone who was in the chat. Super Mega Graphics 64. What did I say I was going to start calling you? One of my best friends and my worst enemies. Tricombe, thanks for being here, man. Yeah, Later Taters. Bassarino, thanks for jumping in. Let's see here. I know I'm missing people. Last Line was in here. It's always good talking to you, man. I enjoy watching your videos. It's always glad to see you jump in here as well. I do appreciate it, guys. Because, still I'm building the empire. And then, of course, like I said, my boy, Alex, Epically, jumped in for a few minutes to, help the old man out. So, yeah, and I've got a new outro here, so we're going to go ahead and jump to that and wrap up everything. Thanks for everyone that was in the chat, and we'll talk to you later. Oh, wrong thing. Get to the right thing. Make sure to check out epicallygeeky.com, where you can find all of the shows that we do, including the Epically Geeky Show, Marginally Geeky Book Club, Creatively Geeky, Sustainably Geeky, EG Live, and EG Gaming. But before you do, make sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube. And if you're a person with a human-style body, why not head over to our TeePublic store and grab a t-shirt, hat, shorts, or whatever else they sell to cover that body. You can find the link in the show notes. And thanks for supporting us here at Epically Geeky. See you next time.